to know is like, how did you guys come about it? Like, what was the initial thought behind forming this team to be able to, raise awareness? Can you explain a little bit better as to how you guys came about organizing this event?
Thank you so much. I hope I'm loud and clear. I think let me be able to explain that since I picked the mic first. First of all, we are the youth of KitGum municipality. It's a very small town in Uganda, and it's still a growing town. Yeah, and we have been facing, back in the days, I've been facing the 20 years of LRA war. Most people know about that. So that is why our area, Northern Uganda, is one of the least developed places because of the wars that we have been in. But right now, peace has been restored. And being among the first youths to move in this peaceful environment, so we also wanted to, with the need to impact something on our community. Last year we did also our charity, but it wasn't in the form of a charity run. The same team, as Simpo Gladys, I believe in giving to the community. Everything that I do, I believe giving in the community. Last year we did also it was a simple Thanksgiving last year, and we gathered some food stuff, but it was majorly coming from our pockets, and of course some few supports from our fans and media. So we managed to get some food stuff, rice, sugar, soap, and give out to the people, the elderly people, the vulnerable group of people, because that's where our main target is. We gave out to the elderly people in our community, the villages that are living all by themselves without any support from anyone. So we get to just make them know that there are people who think about them and love them, and besides that, we know that they are going through that, and to just give them hope to continue living. So this year, I said it is coming to the end of the year, and everything that has been a success throughout the year, I believe that we need to give back to the community. And our community is just growing, and we have very many things going on. We have been the outbreak of nodding disease syndrome was quite some good years back, and people have been doing runs to reach out to them, but it looks like suddenly after some years people have forgotten about them. So after I went to the villages and I saw they're no longer taking care of them, and people are already forgetting about them. And I brought the idea of this year's Thanksgiving came in. Let us create awareness of their existence so people can support them. It's not only about us supporting them with the little we have, but also it's creating awareness so the government also gets to hear that we still have people in those villages living with the syndrome, and everyone who wants to support them, they can still continue reaching out to them because they have already been abandoned, yet they need our support. They have the kind of sickness is the syndrome. You know how syndromes are, they are not so curable. They're not so curable. They're like, you live with it like throughout, and they need our support since it's not something that they looked for. It's just something that became like a pandemic in the area. And so that is how we came. We sat down. I'm like, since we all as KitGum youth sat down with EC Music, we sat down with YTY team and Clinic Media, since we all have the same objectives of impacting our community. We used to do it on differently, but we said this year, instead of us doing things on our own, like differently, why not just come and impact on this small run, the KitGum Run, so we can create that awareness, let people know that people are still living with nodding disease syndrome. That is the most important part of it. And also like get to give them something, reaching down physically. It's not about us giving them that but it's about telling them that we still think about them and care and love them. And we are seeing them in every condition that they are going through, And most of the people who are affected with the syndrome are people that are below the ages of 20. They are mostly teenagers and the young children,
Yeah.
It doesn't affect so much the elderly here. It's normally the young people. So that's how we build up the KitGum Run, and it's still its very first edition. We say, let us just try building up this run. No matter how it's going to turn up, like, we're not going to give up. Even if we have only 1 people turning up for the run, we are still going to continue building the run. And it's not only going to be focusing on the nodding disease syndrome, but we shall still notice the different problem in our community and try to solve the little problem with our ability. Since we also have strong influence on internet, we can easily impact it, even by just creating that awareness of any kind of problem we have in our small community, which is KitGum. Yeah, that is briefly the background of KitGum Run.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing. I love the fact that, you guys are able to, come together as a team and with the same goal, with the same kind of hope for building and supporting the community around you guys, and also raising an awareness. And for those who don't know, that the Norton disease syndrome is basically a neurological condition that significantly impacts children, and it's in severe cases it can cause death, but also it causes character change, headache, seizure, and cognitive development. So that is why it's really, really important that they are taking these awareness really serious, because this can also help a lot of children in the area.